Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Hearthstone Rise of Shadows is approaching, a couple of more weeks to go, and on Monday there will be the first reveal stream from Blizzard, so we're going to see some gameplay hopefully. I don't exactly know what they're going to show us, but a bunch of new cards will be revealed on Monday. And today we got a little bit of a taste. We got a developer video that revealed 3 new cards, and in this video I'm going to take a look at those 3 cards and see how good are they. First up, there's a new warrior epic card. Why does every good warrior card have to be an epic? Because this one is a really promising card. It's a 4-mana 4/5 mech, so Chillwind Yeti stat line, Omega Devastator. Battlecry: if you have 10 mana crystals, deal 10 damage to a minion. So extremely powerful removal card on a stick, on a very powerful stick, on a stick that you can even play on curve. But the removal option only comes online from turn 10. But you don't need this card necessarily in your deck, because you can get it from Dr. Boom's Hero Power, you can get it from Omega Assembly, but if you do put it in your deck, this one goes nicely in something like a Tempo Warrior maybe, because 4-mana 4/5, that's a playable card on curve, and it also curves right into Ciliax, so then you could play this and you could magnetize Ciliax on that. You can use that for offensive strength, you can use that in tempo builds, you might be able to use that in control builds. Overall, just looks like a really nice card, because that's a great stat line, playable on curve and playable in the late game with a great effect as well. The second new card that was revealed is a Warlock class card. It's Rafaam Scheme, a 3-mana Warlock spell, summon 1/1/1 imp. Upgrades each turn, and the upgrade is the number of imps, so it will summon 2/1/1 imps, 3/1/1 imps, 4/1/1 imps, 5/1/1 imps, and so on. Well, we already have a very similar card. That's the Fiendish Circle. I'm not sure if you remember this card, because no one has ever played this card, not very seriously anyway. 4-mana summon 4/1/1 imps. Well, summoning these tokens can be useful. There can be combinations with something like Knife Juggler. They can be good with something like Grim Rally, and Grim Rally does look like the future direction of Zoo, for example. But Rafaam Scheme, so you have to hold this in your hand. You hold it for a turn, it summons 2. You hold it for 2 turns, it summons 3. You need to hold it for 3 turns to make it summon 4/1/1 imps to even make it good. So it has to be in your hand for quite some time. And that's not really what you want to be doing. You want to be playing your cards instead of just holding them for an extended period of time. So that's quite worrying. Overall, Warlock is getting a lot of this sort of token summoning. There's Hyreek the Bat, there's this Rafaam Scheme, there's the Fiendish Circle. So would there be any room in the meta for a deck that just vomits 1/1 token boards turn after turn, starting from around turn 4 or 5. That's a bit slow and late. It's hard to see what sort of meta would allow a deck to actually do that. But there are a lot of token generators in Warlock right now, and there are some synergies with like this Grim Rally over here that could make them work. And Rafaam Scheme is the best out of these token cards. It's better than Fiendish Circle. Fiendish Circle is pretty useless. It's better than Hyreek, because it can allow for pretty big tempo swings in the late game if you have been able to hold on to it. But overall it's pretty borderline whether it's going to see play. Assuming those imps are demons, then we really need to wait and see. Are there going to be token synergies? Are there going to be more demon synergies? If there are, then maybe. Finally, a third new card that was revealed today, Improve Morale. A warrior spell. 1-mana spell, deal 1 damage to a minion. If it survives, add a lackey to your hand. And this is reminiscent of an old card, Blood to Ichor. 1 mana, deal 1 damage to a minion. If it survives, summon a 2/2 slime. Blood to Ichor saw play in Tempo Warrior decks. It was used to activate stuff like Grom, it was used to activate Executes. So you could cast that on a minion, you could get a 2/2 and you could then use Execute to kill away the minion. But what Blood to Ichor did was generate tempo, because it also created a 2/2 minion for you. Whereas Improve Morale is more like generating value. Lackeys themselves, there are 5 different lackeys. All lackeys are 1 mana 1/1 minions with a pretty decent battle cry. The battle cry can be to give +1 attack and rush, or to deal 2 damage, or to cast an evolve effect on a single minion. So those are pretty good. But is Improve Morale still good enough? For what purpose? Which decks run Execute, or something like Smolderton Lancer, which is an Execute on a stick, and would also be willing to sacrifice a guard spot in order to put in Improve Morale? So if we put Improve Morale in a deck that doesn't really have card draw, then is it really worth the spot? And if you're thinking about something like activating your Frothing Berserkers or something like that, then wouldn't Warpath just be a superior choice? Overall, it's not an immediately bad card, but it's not an immediately great card either. Tough to say whether it's worth a card spot, much like Blood Tweaker was barely worth a card spot back in the day. On the other hand, those lackeys are pretty good, so maybe this will be able to see play. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.